news, we're learning that a special forces soldier has been charged for making more than $400,000 by betting on whether or not Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro would be removed from office. And here's the thing. According to the indictment, the officer participated in the planning and execution of the operation and used that classified information to allegedly profit. Remember, Maduro and his wife were captured during a nighttime raid in Caracas by U.S. forces in early January. They're charged with drug trafficking. Both have pleaded not guilty. We've reached out to Polymarket for comment. I want to go right to Tom Winter, who is reporting on this for us. Tom, what are you learning?
Right. So this indictment was just unsealed in the last 20, 30 minutes or so. The arrest had been underway for some time. The plan to make this arrest, the individual Gannon Ken Van Dyke, that's Gannon Ken Van Dyke, is a member of the U.S. Special Forces, actually reports to the JSOC, the Joint Special Operations Command, and was actively involved in planning the whole Maduro incident, had made a number of bets over a series of time. Remember, the time period for this operation had shifted, so his bets were actually shifting as the operation shifted. It was an outsized bet. It caught the attention of everybody right away. It was a profit of over $400,000 that this individual, again, according to the indictment, hasn't even appeared in court yet, hasn't even entered a plea. Presumably, it'll be not guilty, but apparently made the substantial amount of money. It was able to profit from it. He was involved as early as December 8th. I remember this happened just after the New Year, the raid of Maduro, but it was starting to be involved. They used a VPN, a virtual private network, in order to try to conceal, according to the indictment, his internet activity. It was acutely aware of sensitive compartmentalized information. This is classified information about an ongoing military operation, so it's quite significant. Faces up to 20 years just for the wire fraud charge alone. The interesting thing beyond this case is that they charge commodities fraud. And what makes that important is that they're now treating Polymarket as if it was the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ or the CME. And the implication of that is that for other people that might try to make inside bets, and there's been a number of concerns about those, using Polymarket or similar types of services, in the eyes of the Southern District of New York, which has tons of experience of prosecuting these insider trading type cases, they view it as you're just making an inside tip on the stock market. So this certainly widens the aperture here for potential prosecutions and really puts people on notice. Something our Jay Clayton spoke about on CNBC, the business network, recently. He's the U.S. attorney here in New York, spoke about this idea of, look, we don't see much distinction backing that up today in terms of this indictment. So significant that a U.S. soldier charged with some of the most sensitive information, planning this, still decided to make an inside bet, again, according to federal prosecutors and a grand jury.
Yeah, and we haven't heard from Polymarket.
We're still waiting on a response from them. As soon as we have that, obviously, we can update.
All right. Tom Winter, thanks so much.
Sure.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.